like. In my last cigarette, I'ma treat you 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 like.
Hope it don't end the same way. About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. In my last cigarette,
About to start another day. Hope it don't end the same way. About to start another day. Hope it don't end the same way. About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. In my last cigarette,
About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. In my last cigarette,
About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. In my last cigarette, 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 I'ma treat you like.
Hope it don't end the
In my last
same
cigarette,
way. About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. In my last cigarette,
About to start another day. Hope it don't end the same way. About to start another day. Hope it don't end the same way. About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. In my last cigarette,
About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. In my last cigarette,
About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. In my last cigarette, 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 I'ma treat you like.
Hope it don't end the
In my last
same
cigarette,
way. About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. In my last cigarette,
About to start another day. Hope it don't end the same way. About to start another day. Hope it don't end the same way. About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. In my last cigarette,
About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. In my last cigarette,
About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. In my last cigarette, 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 I'ma treat you like.
Hope it don't end the
In my last
same
cigarette,
way. About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. In my last cigarette,
About to start another day. Hope it don't end the same way. About to start another day. Hope it don't end the same way. About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. In my last cigarette,
About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. In my last cigarette,
About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. In my last cigarette, 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 I'ma treat you like.
Hope it don't end the
In my last
same
cigarette,
way. About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like. In my last cigarette,
About to start another day.
My bad. Hey,
Hope it don't end
what
the
is
same
going
way.
on? Hey.
About to start another day. Hope it don't end the same way.
I'm telling you right now, like I said again, shout out to everybody's out there. This is a No I Don't Know TV series podcast. Whatever the fuck y'all want to say. Shout out to everybody that's at the Court Plantation. Shout out to niggas that could hear me and niggas that couldn't hear me.
in my last cigarette.
I'm fucking with this shit right now. My bad.
In my last cigarette,
Let me fix it. Make sure you can hear me. Shout out to everybody that's out there doing what the fuck they need to do. Like I get, hey, check the oil gauge on that pussy hole. You better get a dipstick. Take that bitch pussy to Valvoline and get an oil change. Hey. Shout out to everybody that's not working but waiting till they're promptly returned back to the corporate plantation so you can make that money and pay those bills. Shout out to everybody that can sit at home and chill and have a day off. Shout out to everybody that's handling their business and doing what the fuck they need to do. Hey, and again, shout out to everybody that's all these bitches that's oxing off their pussy. Let me get 45, yep, 55, yep. 65, yep, 75, yep, 85, yep, 95, yep. For that pussy on soul.
in my last cigarette, I'ma treat you
Nigga be like, okay, I bought this pussy. Now, could I get a voucher on a couple of oil changes and shit? And some. I didn't know she had over 150,000 miles on this pussy hole. I thought this bitch only had 50,000. Man, shout out to niggas right now that's thinking that shit ain't gonna never change and it's gonna go back to the same when they let niggas go back to work. Shout out to niggas that's spending their money on cars, clothes, and hoes. Shout out to my niggas that's out there buying books, buying stock. Shout out to all you niggas that's out there handling business. Hey. Damn, I hope y'all can hear me. Let me see. Testing 1, 2, okay. Hey, shout out. Hey, like I said, shout out to all you niggas that was watching the Hezekiah Walker and John P. Key. Niggas was like, she's this real. I know the Lord is real to me. Niggas is out there talking about following the announcements. Damn, did Jesus come back today? Damn. Nigga was doing all that shando and all this other shit. I guess, man. Let me get into it. Shout out to all you motherfuckers that's just handling business and staying away from the fuckery. Man. Turn this shit down. Hey. Man. So much been going on. Hey, man. I know y'all, look, making the right decisions. As we speak, Amazon is killing the game with the stock right now. What the fuck is their stock? I was looking at that shit earlier. I was like, God damn, these niggas is killing the game. Let's see. Here, I'm going to play you something real quick. But before I play it, hey, man, shout out to everybody that's buying stock, buying books, reading, researching. Don't just take Warren's word for it. Handle your business, research it, and do what the fuck you need to do yourself. Handle your own shit. Here, I'm about to play this. Well, let's see if it plays. I hope you niggas can hear me. It's probably gonna play a clown-ass commercial.
Joining me now is Amazon Senior Vice President of Global Corporate Affairs, Jay Carney. Jay, Amazon announced 100,000 new hires in order to keep up with the surge of online orders. How many people have been...
These niggas hired 100,000 more people and motherfuckers is laying off. So that should tell you, in the time of a scam-demic, motherfucking Amazon is straight.
...hired so far?
Well, I know, Brian, that we received an unbelievable number of applications in just the first 24 hours, something on the order of 50,000. So I'm not sure in the process right now how close we are to filling those slots, but I know we're moving very quickly.
Does Amazon seem like a public utility to you at this point? I know that conjures up regulatory issues, but does it feel that way to you at all?
Well, it feels like we are essential to so many Americans.
Hell yeah, you essential. You essential because motherfuckers, it's about convenience. And people will pay for that.
millions and millions around the country who are depending on Amazon and other services like it to deliver things that they might otherwise have felt comfortable getting at a physical store. Now, I mean, as you know, Amazon's a big e-commerce company, but you know, e-commerce is still only about 10 or 11% of retail. In this time period, during this crisis, I think more people are relying on home delivery, getting stuff at their doorstep, and
That's what I just said. Motherfuckers is going to pay for convenience. Remember that. That's why you work, to pay for convenience. You don't work so you do more work when you get off work. No, you work so you can pay for convenience if you have allotted money to that specific agenda.
why we've had to call on our employees to just do heroic things, to work really hard, to add hours, and then to hire more just to get Americans what they need.
Yeah, you know, after Superstorm Sandy here in New York, there were gas lines. These days, there are food lines. I drove by 4 different Whole Foods. Amazon now owns Whole Foods, and there were lines outside all of them. And when I went inside one of the Whole Foods,
And y'all didn't know that. Amazon bought Whole Foods a couple of years ago. People didn't know that. But if you had Robinhood and you looked up Amazon's stock price, it'll tell you what their market cap value is, and it'll tell you all the things that they own.
most of the people were actually workers. They were carting up supplies, bringing groceries to people's homes. That leads me to a question from Dave on Twitter. He says, what is Amazon doing to help its frontline workers at distribution centers and Whole Food stores? What are you providing workers for safety?
Well, it's a great question because this is our first and primary concern, which is making sure that our Amazon employees, 500,000 plus in the United States, are as protected as they can be as they go about doing this heroic work for their fellow citizens. And we have instituted extraordinary measures in our fulfillment centers around social distancing, around extra deep cleaning of facilities, touch screens, other surfaces, making sure that there's no congregation that brings employees together.
So basically, y'all doing the same thing that every other corporate plantation is doing. Not a goddamn thing. But if you notice, like I just said, and I've been speaking to this stock shit for a minute, Amazon is smart. They bought Whole Foods, one of the biggest, I would say, grocery food chains to wealthy people across the United States of America. Because wealthy people shop at Whole Foods and people with a little bit of money. Whole Foods are not in the hoods. If you live in Las Vegas, Nevada, once you cross over into 89128, if you're coming from the west part of Las Vegas, there's a Whole Foods right over that freeway in 89128, the food district. It's not on the other side of the freeway, it's a little hood, but you got to go over that freeway going towards Summerlin. That's where the Whole Foods is. That's one of the first ones. The second one is in 89117. If I'm not mistaken, 117, yeah, it's 89117, and that's Boca Park. That's another one, strategically put there because of where wealthy people live and people that are, prominent or prestigious or the aristocracies of Las Vegas, they have the money and they can afford that. Amazon's not dumb. So they bought Whole Foods. Now they already make deliveries. So now you could just be like, well, I don't even want to go to the grocery store. If I got Amazon Prime and I got Amazon Food to go, I could just order that shit. They'll bring it to me. So that's how smart they are. And again, that's why Amazon stock hasn't dipped. That's why motherfuckers that bought their stock, which I wish I would have bought when it was $100 a share, $200 a share. Now it's $2,500 a share. They're under $3,000 a share.
Close together for any period of time. And we've also, in addition to raising pay during this period, up to $17 an hour minimum, not up to, but beginning at $17 an hour minimum, which is well more than twice the federal minimum wage. We've offered extended benefits, an additional 2 weeks of paid time off if you're presumed to have or diagnosed with COVID, or if you have to go home to take care of a family member who has COVID-19. So we've also told employees if they're uncomfortable coming to work, if they're worried about their own health, they can take unlimited unpaid time off through the end of April with no repercussions at all. We don't want anyone to feel like their job depends on coming to work in this circumstance.
But are you all suffering from the same mask shortages and other supply shortages as the federal government and local governments?
Yes, of course. And in fact, we've put in orders for millions of masks and for all the other kinds of personal protective equipment that people around the world are seeking.
PPE stock is probably zooming. So if you know any PPE, just look at the manufacturer of who made it. Look at the mask. Look at where the mask came from, the box. Look on the back of the box. Look at whoever the provider is of who manufactured the mask. That's who's making it on the stock market.
And a lot of what we are able to get our hands on, we divert right away to people who are in public-facing jobs, especially in the healthcare industry. As that equipment becomes available, more readily available, we will make sure that we get our employees the masks and the other protective equipment that they need. When we do get it, and we're able to have them use it, we get it to them right away. As you know, right now the WHO still says that if you're not ill, you don't need to wear a mask. But we're taking every other precaution we can in this time period.
Amazon's also a massive media company. Are you seeing a surge in Prime Video viewership?
Are you seeing a surge in Prime Video viewership?
No, if we've seen that, I wouldn't be surprised if we had. I know in my house, I'm sitting in our family room right now. My two kids and my wife and I are watching a lot more streaming video than we used to, and I'd say we were pretty good viewers already. So I wouldn't be surprised if we've seen that. We've also done things in some of our other services to make to help our customers through this period. Twitch, which is a property we own, a gaming property, hosted a 12-hour live stream, a charity event.
So Amazon owns Twitch as well, one of the biggest streaming gaming platforms in the world. And Amazon owns that as well. I hope y'all paying attention. This is big bank take little bank.
We've tried to help students through our Amazon Future Engineer program by providing online free coding classes to students around the country, high school and college. So we're looking for ways. We have a daily meeting with our leadership, including Jeff Bezos, the CEO, where while we go over sort of the update on what's happening around the world with our employees and with our customers and our businesses, we also spend a significant amount of time just brainstorming about what else we can do, what novel.
You mentioned Bezos. President Trump and Bezos have had a bad relationship. Is that affecting Amazon right now? Do you need things from the federal government right now?
We are working cooperatively with the administration, and
they've had a bad relationship. As Neely Fuller Jr. teaches us, when you see two white people arguing, it's just like on the plantation when you see two slave owners arguing. Now, when you see two slave owners arguing, unless they are arguing about replacing the system of racism and white supremacy and establishing a system of justice, don't get involved in all that. Don't think that Jeff Bezos is black people's friends because he don't get along with Trump. They're not arguing about changing the system of racism and white supremacy. No, they're just arguing about who's going to be the biggest slave owner in the United States of America Incorporated. Remember that. Don't get involved in that. That's trickery.
And in fact, notwithstanding some of the comments we've seen from the president about Amazon, I think that are mostly directed or generated because of his unhappiness with the Washington Post, which is not an Amazon property, but that Jeff owns. I think that, I know that my team is plugged in throughout the administration. Jeff himself has been on a phone call with President Trump, where President Trump said how much he appreciated what Amazon is doing, both on the front lines and getting goods to Americans, and also by hiring at a time when so many companies are having to lay workers off. So we're happy with the cooperation we've got.
Good to hear. Jay, thank you very much. Thanks for being here.
Oh, and the Washington Post that was owned by the Graham family that was in this movie called The Post, go check that out. With Meryl Streep, they sold it to the Nash Holding Company. A holding company is a company like a Berkshire Hathaway. Guess who owns the Nash Company? Jeff Bezos. That's why Donald Trump don't like him. Come on, man. Let me get back to what the fuck I was talking about. Enough of that bullshit.
My last cigarette. I'ma treat you like. In
Man, what's going on, Tommy? What's going on, Tasha? I see y'all. Man, I know. I hope you can hear me. My shit was tripping. I didn't even cut the value. I didn't even cut the thing off on this shit, but sometimes it be tripping. Hope y'all can hear me now. But man, I hope everybody is taking heed to what's going on, not bullshitting, making it do what it do, not playing the bullshit games, and understanding that now it's the time to make the right decisions with the bread. Now it's time to get in there where you fit in. Make the right decisions with that bread so you can handle business, man. And I'm going to tell you the reason why you need to handle business is because these motherfuckers going to handle it regardless of what the fuck you say or do. They going to handle it. They going to do it regardless. I'm telling motherfuckers right now, I've been buying a lot of weed stock. I've been buying a lot of weed stock. Even though if you text a nigga get that text message 2 days later type shit. And I know I need to get a new phone, but it's still until they open up these stores, fuck it. I ain't tripping. I'm going to just use my phone as a conduit so I can buy this motherfucking stock and keep it pushing. And I've been buying a lot of stock, man. And no, I haven't been spending I haven't been spending hundreds of dollars on stock. $20, $30. Buying weed stock. Telling y'all motherfuckers right now, man, well, my shit is loading up because my shit be tripping. I'm telling y'all motherfuckers right now, go get this book. Stock Tip for Dummies. Go get this book, man. It's a very, very good book. It breaks that shit down. It's only like, let me see how many pages it is. It's like 350 pages. But it's a very, very good book. It breaks down a lot of shit. I didn't highlight much of nothing in here because I was so heightened with the knowledge. I remembered a lot of shit in this book. But go check this book out. This is a book everybody should go get and read. Take your time and read this book. Stock Tip for Dummies. There's another book called Mutual Funds for Dummies. Go get that book, man. Very, very good books. And I've been buying here. Let me see if I can pull up some of the stock I've been buying, man. Because hey, motherfucker ain't going to catch me with the banana in the tailpipe. This is what this is about. Shit, buy low, sell high, nigga. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Fat Burger. Shit, I was getting Fat Burger at like $1 a share, $1.50. I got like 24 shares of Fat Burger. Niggas ain't even knowing about Fat Burger. That Fat Burger is publicly traded. Let me see what else. I'm looking at some more shit. I got MGM. MGM wasn't nothing but $11. Man, I'm telling you, Taco Bell, aka Taco Hell. Let me see what else. YCBD, that's the ticker symbol. That's what you put in. If you have Robinhood, you just put in those initials and then it'll bring up the stock and tell you what the market cap value is and everything else. And a lot of it is confusing, but their stock is 80 cents a share. And you like, what is YCBD? YCBD is with the big three. They sponsor the big three. Like if you go back and watch, go on YouTube and watch some old big three. Watch the last year's season of the big three when they shooting free throws. And you can see it. It's a circle right here, and it's got YCBD. That's a weed company, and they were sponsoring the big three. So I said, when I looked at it, I said, oh, I'm gonna look them up. Boom. And I just looked them up, and they on my watch list. And I said, when I get a little bit of bread, I'm gonna buy their stock. At the time, their stock was like $3, $4. That shit dropped to 80 cents. Fuck it, I'm fucking with it. Why not? Shit. Let me tell you what. Let me see what else. I'm telling y'all right now, I was gonna talk about the stock. I got this one stock. They sell alkaline water. It's WTER alkaline water. They market cap is 49 million, and their average trade is between 310,000 to 1 million. So they getting traded a lot. The high was like $2.80. The low was 50 cents. Was 40 cents. Shit, so I started grabbing that shit up. I got like 21 shares of that shit. It's all good, man. Motherfuckers be thinking that you gotta buy. They got motherfuckers thinking that you gotta spend thousands of dollars to own stock. You ain't gotta spend thousands of dollars on no motherfucking stock, man. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Don't let these niggas fool you. Let me read this. It's these black people who set up shop on Lake Mead and Nellis. They got the whole COVID-19 emergency kit, sanitary glove and face mask. They said they're gonna get this money somehow. I believe it. See, this is what the United States of America is about. Profiting off the poor, the weak, the shiftless, the non-driving mentality. Like when you don't have no drive, it's somebody else that has that drive and they're gonna profit off that shit. And this is what it's about. That's why it's time to make the right decision. Now those stocks that I just named, both, I paid 50 cents for the water stock and 80 cents for the stock, for the weed stock. I bought like 3 different weed stocks for 80 cents. Now come on, man. Now don't tell me niggas can't do that. You know how much money I spent? I spent a total of $25. $25 on stock. And bought several different stocks for $25. $8 on one, $6 on one, 10 on one. And bought multiple stocks. And you just hold it. You don't buy the stock. See, niggas be wanting not instantaneous, but they want the immediate gratification. You know what I'm saying? And they want it instantly. And what I mean by that is they want, it's almost like, damn, I see that bitch, I'm trying to fuck. You want to fuck right now. Most niggas don't want to take a bitch to the movies. Most niggas don't want to court no bitch. They just trying to fuck. Now they'll do that shit and jump through the hoops and do all this shit and pretend and become the perception that you have of them. So, you want me to transform into this? Hey, how you doing? And open the door? Yeah, I do that. I meet your parents. I do whatever. I'm just trying to fuck. And then once that, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what we have the same mentality when it comes to the stock. Amazon is like $2,400 a share. $2,400 a share. Amazon was like $25 a share at 97. But in 97, I was bullshitting. When I was taking economics with my teacher, and he teaching economics and teaching stock and shit, and my dumb ass is in the back of the class looking at East Bay books, looking at motherfucking Jordans and shit. Shit that they taking and reselling to the kids right now. And now if I would have known about stock and I would have had somebody to really tell me, hey man, don't buy that, do that, and really been on my ass about it, I would have been mad then. But I would have, later on, I'd have been happy. Especially if I can cash in some of that Nike stock. Trust and believe you me, but I think each one has to teach one. It's a social engineering project. How are you being socialized? Are you being socialized and who's turning you on to that shit? That's what I look at too. Each one gotta teach one. Now was the time to start going looking and buying it up. Now let me tell you something. I don't think that they're done with this scam-demic. They're not done with this fucking scam-demic at all. I think they're gonna let shit open back up and they're gonna find out another way so they can come with the woo-wop. But niggas is still treating this shit like, oh, okay, we gonna get back to work. Look, first of all, let me tell you, they're gonna tax that ass next year on that woo-wop they just gave you. So while niggas out there spending and doing that, you better go pay your bills and do what you need to do. So at least if you do get hit with the woo-wop, you can say, you know what, I did the right thing with my money. I paid a bill or I bought some stock, I invested. Go invest your money for once. How many motherfuckers got cell phone insurance but don't got life insurance on their children, on themselves? But then Lil Kiki and Lil Day Day and Lil Travion and Lil Quavion and them and Marquavius and John Tavius and shit, y'all hold goddamn car washes and shit because you ain't got no money to bury this nigga. Burying niggas is a hustle. That's on the stock market. Come on, man. Nigga, the average barrel is 15 G's. Who got fucking 15 G's? Nobody ain't got no motherfucking 15 G's. But we don't know that. And the reason why we don't know that is because I think it's all about socialization and what we into. Right now, I think everybody just ready for sports to start. And, you know, they got the clown-ass Allegiant Stadium out here in Las Vegas. Oh, you should hear the conversations at the Court Plantation. That's all motherfuckers talking about. Yeah, man, when the Raiders come and the football teams and all this, I'm like, nigga, if they hit you for another woo-wah, and I'm talking about to the average commoner that work a 9-to-5 job at the Court Plantation, like me, like everybody else that's watching this shit, if that's what your mind is on, entertainment, what you gonna do if they just straight out say, okay, it's back, it's stronger, martial law, shut it all down. Fuck sports, fuck everything. Then what you gonna do? Then a nigga gonna be trying to go back and listen to a nigga, man, what that nigga Warren say? Oh yeah, that nigga Warren did say this. Oh man, I need to do this. Nah, man, now's the time. And black people especially, stop acting like your struggle is the same as the dominant society. Y'all don't share the same struggle. So stop acting like y'all do. At all. You don't share the same struggle as the dominant society. I paid my rent, my check. Facts. What you think I did? I paid bills with that shit. I paid bills. I paid debt that I'm in. The day that native black people that built this country is debt free is the day that we can all rejoice. And fucking sing gospel songs and walk in the street and fuck all that rejoicing because of Obama's clown ass. When native blacks are debt free, I mean, we owe no debt to no one. No property tax, no nothing. First of all, native black people, we should get discounts on buying homes because we built this country. We shouldn't have to pay a property tax because technically the United States of America is a corporation and you don't own this land. You are trustees of this land mass. But most people don't know that because most people think that the United States of America rules the world. They rule everything. They do. Most motherfuckers don't even want to read a book. Hey, what's going on, Shiny? Shit. All I said was fuck sports. I'm just saying, like, we pay more attention to what's going on in sports than what we need to do to survive in this scam-demic. If they collapse and crash this economy, then what you gonna do? I be thinking about that all the time. Like, okay, if I have to liquidate some assets, I guess that's what I have to do. You know, it's time to be. See, that's why Amazon is winning. They e-commerce. That's why Hollywood is struggling. That's why Hollywood. Oh, I know Hollywood is mad than a motherfucker right now since they can't make their bread. Well, first of all you niggas doing is making the Jewish community trillionaires 10 times over. While they paying you crumbs like Hansel and Gretel. That's all they doing. Pilot's passenger, what's happening, my nigga? That's all you doing in Hollywood. Just like in sports. Like I told you when I was at the Court Plantation, I'm just watching this nigga that's over there bragging and you know, because I guess his people is getting drafted and shit. And I'm laughing because I'm looking at him like, nigga, you don't even know if it's going to be football. And the one thing that I've learned is, because I've had a situation where a family member went to go play professional sports. And I was like a big brother to this motherfucker. And then that nigga got him acting like a nigga didn't know me. I was embarrassed like a motherfucker. Like, damn, I didn't know a nigga was going to do me like that. But it's all good, though, because that set the precedent in my mind of what I need to do to move forward. And what you do is you don't argue with a nigga. You don't hate on a nigga. You just move forward and walk your own path. And then let them walk their own path. That's why I always say, don't hate, congratulate. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you want to keep that introverted and keep it among family because that relative might embarrass you. And then when they embarrass you, all those people at your Court Plantation going to be laughing at your ass. See, that didn't really happen to me because Warren I've always been a self-sufficient motherfucker. So I ain't never tripped off that shit. So I've always been one of these type motherfuckers where I'm like, well, no matter what this nigga do or say, I'm going to get mine regardless because I know how to get up and go slave all day at the corn plantation. And I'd rather slave all day than be kissing ass and shit. Because you could die kissing ass first. Then all you be known as ass kissing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's very important. As I'm going to just tell you the story. As I'm sitting back and watching, I'm just like, but I wasn't that bad. I'm just watching and I'm looking at the dominant society people that's watching and I'm like, he's such a dumbass Africoon. He one of these motherfuckers. He's just one of these type of people where he think he better than niggas. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. But a lot of these niggas, especially these Africoons that come over here, y'all the butt of the jokes. They laugh and talk shit about you as soon as you walk away. They think you're their entertainment. And it's even more funny to you because a lot of those Africoons, they got these accents and, oh, what do you need me to do? And I'm not lazy and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? And I just sat back and I just watched and I said, poor child. Poor, he know not what he do. Then I have to think, nah, he know what he doing. He just a fucking Africoon. That's why I keep it simple. I don't get all involved. I don't give a fuck what family member is getting drafted. Fuck you and your family member. Nigga, if it's that way, then get the fuck from up out here and go be with that nigga. That's how I look at it. I'm only bragging. If one of my relatives make it big and I ain't got no bread, I don't even want them to know that's my relative. Because I'm embarrassed about that shit. Because I'm embarrassed that these niggas is making bread and I'm still here working a 9 to 5 looking like a goddamn clown. But I think a lot of times we just want to be the center of attention, especially the Africoons. That's why they'll laugh and yuck and buck dance and buck their eyes and anything a white person say, they'll say it and I just watch it. That's why I've learned, like, I remember a motherfucker was like, man, he speak all these languages. I said, then what the fuck is he doing here then? If you speak all these languages and you got the woo-wop going on, then what the fuck you doing over here? Exit stage left, clown. But I've always thought that way because once I start to see how you interact and stuff, see, that's why me personally, I would rather the Africoons, I'd rather they just revoke their visas and ship their asses back. That's part of the problem too with with racism and white supremacy in my eye. A lot of the problem is this. They bring these motherfuckers over here and then they cloak them and fashion them into this minority coalition bullshit. And then they pat them on the head because those Africans are docile and conformist. The go along to get along motherfucker. And then they expect you to be like them. And then they'll get with the goddamn dominant society and call you lazy. And Africans act like they so nice to us. They had a nerve to try to come over here and treat us fucked up. And I'll be like, well, why don't you take your bitch ass back over there then? What the fuck you doing here? You know what I'm saying? I was, well, I forgot what I was watching, what movie I was watching or show I was watching where they had another, I was watching this movie, The Big Sick. And this dude, he plays on, oh God, I'm blanking, on Silicon Valley, and his name is Dinesh or whatever, but he has his own movie, and basically, he said something very profound because he's Afghanistan, and his family, you know, they hook you up with a girl, and then his family's like, if you marry outside this race, we'll disown you, and he was like, I find it quite odd that we come all the way from Afghanistan to the United States of America, but you want me to marry somebody from Afghanistan, then why didn't we just stay there? And I was thinking it the whole time. Every race, I don't care if you Latino, you can come over here and play your yes, and play all the bullshit, but you're in the United States of America. And when you get on that goddamn corn plantation, you can't do that. So, are you really holding up the bloodstained banner for your country? Or are you in a simulation? Because when you go to that corn plantation, You can't come on there speaking Spanish, first of all. That's against policies and procedures, and they'll fire your ass for that. That's one. Two, you better not be walking around no goddamn corn plantation with your goddamn Mexican flag and doing all this other shit and making white people feel uncomfortable. That's a write-up. Three, probably termination. So why is it motherfuckers be so proud of where they come from? It's not where you come from, it's where you at. So while y'all out here, you Africans being divisive and laughing and yucking with the goddamn dominant society as they think you a joke, take your bitch asses back to wherever the fuck you came from. Because you're making it worse on the native black people that actually built this country and got to deal with racism and white supremacy every day. Hollywood forces you to cut your family ties so they can give them hard rhyme and it become the only source of support system. Facts. Facts. First of all, Hollywood, let's get on them real quick. Let's get on Hollywood. That is indulged in the Jewish community. Now, let's get on this real quick. If you have read The Secret Relationships Between Jews and Blacks by the Nation of Islam, that book, all the information that they got, they cited the sources. The sources were prominent white Jewish scholars. That's why they was pressuring Amazon to ban the book. Because they don't want black people reading that. That's why they got you thinking that Farrakhan is bad. Man, I used to have so many arguments with my mom about that. Oh, and I don't believe and Elijah Muhammad, he had all his wives. And I'm gonna keep saying this. I told my mom, I don't give a fuck if he had 100,000 bitches. It doesn't matter. You go in white people's house, they got John F. Kennedy on the wall. They got a shrine of John F. Kennedy. And he was fucking more bitches in the White House than motherfucking Lexington Steele and Wesley Pipes. Facts. And nobody said nothing about that. He's America's sweetheart. But then you mention the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and it's like you gotta hear, it's like that's the problem I feel like with native black people. We see each other through their eyes, so we quick to condemn a motherfucker. We just want to go after him real quick. Just go after that. It's like, no, he had wives. No, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Now I don't care about that shit. Only thing that matters most is what are you doing with the money? So if you're asking people for money and people are giving it to you, and you can't show and prove what you're doing with it, then I don't want to hear that shit. I know the Nation of Islam had businesses, properties. They had all kinds of shit going on. That's more than what the fuck I can say for most native black groups besides the Black Panthers, besides the Moorish Temple, and besides the Hebrew Israelites and all of them. Besides them, let's put them to the side. Most native black groups, all we do is get in the room and bitch and complain about the dominant society. We have no tricks to the trade, nothing. You start telling a nigga about stock, nigga look at you like you crazy. I'm telling you. This is the only culture I've been around. Let me tell you something. There's a Latino brother there. Every time he see me, hey man, I bought some more stock. What you think I should buy now? This is a Latino brother. Hey man, what about the 401k? You think I should get that too? Man, what you saying something about? And I was like, man, why you want? He's like, cuz man, I don't want to be no fucking 60, 70 years old and don't have no bread. So fuck that. Gotta try something, right? Then my own people, they look at you like you crazy. They don't give a fuck about that shit at all. Especially the young motherfuckers. Oh my God. That's why I just be like, I don't even try. Cause it just breaks my heart when I look at young people and I just be like, man, y'all niggas don't get it. Ain't gonna be no goddamn Social Security when you get 60 and 70. They about to hit you up for the real woo-wop. But a lot of people feel like, oh, this gonna last forever. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna never do nothing shit. That's why I'm like, man, that's why I'm quick to tell person, hey, but y'all didn't, tell one of my Latino brothers, I say, hey man, I understand, but y'all didn't build this country. He's like, yeah, you're right. No, that's a fact. Y'all didn't build this country. I don't care what these history books are saying now. Talking about immigrants built the country, and then you got Joe Biden's clown racist ass talking about immigrants built the country. Nigga, stop lying. Immigrants didn't build no fucking goddamn country. Native black people built it. And then they allow all these other motherfuckers to come here and laugh and play the little music and do all this other shit. I even look at how it is within the neighborhoods. You don't gotta live in no wealthy neighborhood to keep your shit clean. I look at it just in the neighborhoods. I'll say like this. They always will categorize black people as ghetto and all this other shit, right? Go driving through these neighborhoods. Y'all think I'm playing. I'm formulating my plan. I'm about to start driving through neighborhoods, putting it on camera, and just showing what the fuck is going on. And the reason why I'm about to start doing that is so people can see niggas ain't the only ones that live like that. Matter of fact, it's beyond us. I told you that time they had a backpack giveaway at Doolittle Community Center, a predominant native black community. You know how many Mexicans was there? That I ain't never seen in that community service center, ever. I worked at Doolittle from 04 to 07, and I ain't never seen no Mexicans running all up through there like that. Not like that. But when they said backpack giveaway with Lawrence Weegley, nigga, it was 1,000 Mexicans there getting free shit. To the point where the white lady marshal and the white man marshal, they was on some real gangster shit. They was like, you should be upset. This is for your community. This ain't for them. And I was like, yeah, but it's for everybody. It's like, no, it's not for everybody. Those white marshals was telling those Mexicans, ain't no more backpacks. So y'all might as well go home. And I was like, yeah, it is. They like, no, it ain't. This shit ain't for them. And I remember because they knew me. They knew me because the marshals would always be at Doolittle. Matter of fact, Bird, Said, them niggas know, them niggas remember that shit, them backpack giveaways. And be hella fucking every other race but black people. Black people want Jordans and shoes and shit. They don't want no fucking backpack. Let me see. Young people know everything and society made them narcissistic. All they care about is self and not wealth. Facts. Facts. Hey man, y'all hear me talking about this book? The Late Merovingian France. The Merovingian. Now, if you're like, what is that book about? Go watch The Matrix. Go watch the first Matrix. Then I want you to go watch the second Matrix. Now, first of all, The Matrix was written by Sophia Stewart, a native black, and WB stole that movie from her. That's facts. And the Merovingian was a Frenchman who was the trafficker of information. He had all the knowledge. He had all the information. He had everything. And the Oracle had told Neo when he went to see the Oracle in the second Matrix before he fought Agent Smith, and they were looking for the keymaker because Neo needed to get to the source, the architect of the Matrix. So, long story short, short story long, Neo's asking the Oracle, how do I get to the source? Well, to get to the source, you need the keymaker. The keymaker is being held by a very dangerous man, the eldest of us all, the Merovingian. So I thought I would read about the Merovingians in the history of the hagiography. And let me tell you this. And I'll tell you this. Man. That book was a good book. I'll give you a little snippet of it. Do y'all see all this shit that's going on right now? Where big bank take little bank? This company's buying this company, T-Mobile buying Sprint, AT&T buying DirecTV. Niggas just trying to have big bank take little bank. That's what was going on in their day. Motherfuckers was lying. You had to have long hair. You know, the hagiographers basically were note takers. They were the note takers of the quote unquote saints. That's what they would call the Merovingians. Basically nothing but Frankish aristocracy. Aristocracy meaning the royal, the royal ruling class, if I'm not mistaken. And that's what the Merovingians were. It was a bloodline of wealthy people, and they wanted to keep it in the bloodline. But a lot of their dealings and stuff like that was through religion and the Pope and all this other shit. And then you can see how religion was mainly the corrupter of the politics and the rules and the policies. Because what happens is when you're wealthy, you can infiltrate religion. And since everybody back in those days, I think the 600s to the 900s, if I'm not mistaken, 640 to 720. My bad, I said the 900s. Well, in those days, the Pope was everything. The Pope, he was basically like if you grew up in church, a bishop. You play reverence, but when you're paying reverence to these people, they can be bought. And it was just basically showing you all the politics that was going on behind the scenes. Man, they was lying. They was just pulling niggas with long hair and being like, all right, you a Merovingian. Niggas not even in the bloodline. But they were just doing that shit because niggas wanted that power. All these crazy names, Heminar and Seguzman and all these crazy ass fucking names. I can't remember all the names, but I can remember a lot of the corrupt shit that was going on and the setups and all the. It just reminds me of what goes on in the United States today. Same shit. Facts. The same type of scenario, same type of breakdown. You know what I mean? You got the king, then you got the knights, and then you got the king who pays the salary. You got the next book that I'm reading. I've already started the Borgia's book, and after that I'm gonna read the Medici book. Cosimo Medici. This was a motherfucker that was a banker, a big time banker. See, I want to learn what the fuck is going on because history repeats itself. So you want to know what's going on and why all this shit is happening the way it is. And all the corruptness. The corruptness in the United States didn't just start here. Oh, this goes all the way back to Europe. I believe in my heart that, the Moorish kingdoms, there was probably a little bit of corruptness in the Moorish kingdoms too, because we're not perfect. But I believe when we ruled in a better way, and we didn't have to play that gully fuckery type shit. Them, it was a lot of politics and playing around, and during the Merovingian time, boy, they were just doing some gully ass bullshit. Man, go check that book out. It's a crazy book, and within this book, these writers who wrote this book, they did a lot of research. And the research, they studied the hagiographers. And a lot of what the hagiographers was saying about the Merovingians were lies to make them look a certain way, imagery-wise. And then, when it didn't suit the hagiographers, the writers of the saints, they would just say things like, oh, well, this Merovingian did that because the devil made him do it. They go, what? Like there was no corrupt Merovingian in sight. Man, get the fuck out of here. Go check that book out. It's a very, very good book. Just take your time and read it. If you don't do nothing but read 10 minutes a day, it's better than not reading at all. Look, man, each one teach one, but teach people that's willing to learn. And then you're willing to learn. Every day's a school day. That's why when I get around young people, I don't go out of my way. I tell them once and I move on. I done come across youngsters before and try to put them onto the side. They looked at me like I was crazy. Oh, I'm broke, I'm all this and I'm that. And a lot of these niggas got rims and clothes and shoes and nice cars. And you look at them, and I'm not trying to be funny, and I look and I say, I just look and I say, okay, I understand. And I just step back and go on doing what the fuck I need to do. I don't got time. You can't save everybody. And young niggas are the worst niggas to try to game them up. Because just like Shawnee Brown said, and I'm talking about Shawnee Brown in the chat, they young and narcissistic and they think they know everything. So what's the point of even telling them? But anybody around me, any of my relatives, they know. Can't front, because Warren done told you. He told you, hey man, you better go read this book or you better go read that book. Because that's what it's about. That's why when I see an Africoon, when I see him and I see him being entertainment for everybody else. I remember one time, I'll tell y'all this real quick. I remember one time I was at the car plantation and that motherfucker said something to me. I said, look, man, I'm not like all these other motherfuckers in here that be smiling with you and then talking shit about you. And he was shocked. Oh no, I never said nothing about it. I never said you said anything about me. What I'm saying is, while you smiling with everybody and laughing and joking with everybody, they laughing at you, dumbass nigga. And then that changed his whole perspective about me, and I didn't give a fuck. Because I don't care, because I don't give a fuck if you like me or not, nigga. I don't live my life for you. See, I watch what people do, not what they say. People say a lot of shit. I get on here and say shit till the cows come home. But nigga, if you really want to sit down and have a conversation about shit, you'll know, okay, well, this nigga done read something. The nigga ain't just in there mumbling this shit. Because niggas like, oh, you talking all that stock shit, what you got? Nigga, you don't know what I got. But let me tell you something. Go around some Jewish people. They not going to tell you what they got either. And they not going to be riding around with rims and clothes and shoes and shit. They going to look like the poorest motherfucker ever. That's why I'm like this. And that's why I'll wear the same shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm not here to impress nobody at this point. You got the goddamn scam-demic going on. Niggas ain't worked in 2 months. You think I'm finna be trying to wake up in the morning and impress a nigga and the nigga probably ain't even got no job? Man, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck? That's the problem. To me, we're more worried about people we don't even know. We don't even know these people. That's why when you get on the corporate plantation, do your job and get the fuck out of here. And we trying to impress these people and go around and jump through hoops and do it for what? Excuse me, you ain't getting no extra. If you're dry snitching at the corporate plantation, then you are telling about the gun line boss if you black. Because you ain't getting no extra. Facts. I'm telling you right now, man, it's so many people in this world that wake up in the morning and can't wait to go to the corporate plantation so they can just fucking tell on somebody. And it's like, you ain't got no life, homie. Because if you did, that would be the least of your worries. I recommend everybody go listen to the Dame Dash interview in 2016 when he was at the Breakfast Club, 2017. Go listen to that interview. That'll shake up your fucking foundation. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Young people, they don't get it. Let me tell you when young people get it. When they asses is dead broke and ain't got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, ain't no jobs for them, and they all fucked up in the game. I'm talking about young native black people. Then that's when they going to want to listen to elder niggas and the elder statesmen in the game and want to know, well, what the fuck is going on? Because, nigga, tech is taking over. So if you don't know how to code, which none of us know how to do, like Nipsey Hussle was talking about, see all these goddamn Nipsey Hussle fans, where the fuck they at? Why is niggas still eating Popeye's chicken? Why is niggas love that chicken from Popeyes? Why is niggas still eating KFC and Mac Devils and Murder King? I can see you eating one style. I see niggas lined up to eat that hog maw bullshit every day. I thought niggas was Nipsey Hussle fans and niggas about to get on they motherfucking Dr. Sabi cleanse and shit. Niggas don't give a fuck about that shit. I see more niggas wearing masks because dominant society people say, wear a mask. Now when you at the corporate plantation, you're under their rule. But when you're not there, you ain't gotta do that. That's why if I go somewhere and I'm at the corporate plantation, motherfuckers be looking at me like I shot the sheriff. Like, nigga, that's you that's mentally letting this scam-demic govern you and govern your body. Nigga, I got tea, pure lemon water with spring water type shit. I don't got time to be sitting up here worried about no goddamn that everybody else is worried about. And everybody walking around, everybody on Instagram with their mask on. Also, it's like, nigga, what is wrong with you? I don't understand that shit. But I guess, and I think what the problem is too, is that each one doesn't want to teach one. That's a fact. When each one is ready to teach one, really game each other up, that's when it'll be better. But I think a lot of times don't nobody want to get gamed up. More motherfuckers want to floss. We want to take too much time to floss on each other. This is the question that I ask of all you native blacks that got your nice car in your rims. if you live in Las Vegas, Nevada, then go up there by the Sun Coast. Go to Piccoli Ranch, go up there to Tournament Hills off of Vegas Drive and Rampart by Angel Park. Go up there since you want to floss by Summerlin Hospital. Go ride around up there with your rims and clothes and shoes and tell me how many white people you see jogging and walking their dogs. Because you damn for sure don't see a whole lot of niggas doing that shit. Like I said before, I ain't seen so many white people in my life walking their dogs as if this shit don't affect them at all. That's a fact. But I think, you know what it is? We ain't gonna learn until the dollar crashes and they say, oh, well, here's the woo-wop. We're going with another currency. We're not going with that. Digital now. We're not fucking with that currency no more. But you're more than welcome to trade the currency that you do have in for the new currency. Niggas gonna be like, but I don't got none of the old currency. And I'm gonna be like, well, thought you had a friend, nigga. I told you. That's why I'm not in the business of telling young niggas what they need to do. Do you? Cause I'ma do me, nigga. And it's fucked up, man, because this society has created this. Well, I gotta just get mine because I don't got time to be worried about somebody else. But my thing is, once you have told somebody, they on their own. I'm telling you, you don't think I've mentioned this? You don't think at the corporate plantation, they young niggas, native black people at the job I try to put on the game, them niggas ain't listening to me. Cause they looking at what I got. So they measure like, oh, well, you ain't got shit, so why should I listen to you? And I'll be laughing because I'll be like, well, you don't really know what I have. You don't know what a white man got either, but you just assume he's Jesus Christ because he's white, and it's that man on the wall, which ain't nothing but Cesare Borgia. No pun intended, since I am reading the book, The Borgias. So you just associate success with whiteness, and you think every black person gotta be Jay-Z to be successful. That's how we look at each other, and that's how we view each other, and that's never gonna change. You know when it's gonna change? When they crash the dollar, which they're trying to do right now. Now, they can't do it the way they wanna do it. Oh, but they gon' come with the woo-wop, and you can't say Warren ain't fucking tell you. Oh, they gon' come with the woo-wop. If they haven't been able to crash it the way they wanted this time, please believe it is coming. And this time when it comes, it's gonna hit hard. Embrace fan pack. That's a fact. That's why when I see young black people, especially at the corporate plantation, my first instinct is to try to put them on. But only thing you see young people is this. I mean, just thumbs of America. Just thumb all goddamn thing. Just thumb wars. Just thumbs of a goddamn America. Thumb square. Just two thumbing it all day long, all day strong. This is all you see. That's all you see out of a young person. And then when they actually go through a trial and tribulation, then they want to go get every native black person and wake them up and, hey man, I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I remember, see, you get around young native black people and they all good until they about to lose that fucking corporate plantation. Now, then they want to go run and get help. Or be like, oh, what's going on? It's like, or they get into a financial situation that they can't get out of. But my thing is, I don't get paid to game people up. I do it because I got gamed up by OG niggas that was putting me on the game and telling me how to get your credit together and how to do the necessary things that you need to do. Because a lot of times, man, we be socialized to go to school and do what? Get you a good job. I'm telling you, go get you a good job. And then you go get you the good job, or so you think is the good job, and you're miserable. You're stressed. You're very, very introverted. And then when you get out the job, you want to drink, you want to smoke, just to get away from the oppression, I would say, that you're dealing with every fucking day at the corporate plantation. So it's like a lot of the parenting and the social engineering is just to go to school so you can be reinserted back into the matrix. It's not so you can be a business owner and do your own thing. That's why somebody's got to change the narrative and be like, all right, I got to do something else. That's why I tell people, put yourself in such a position, man. If your job is offering 401k, then you better take it. I don't care if it's 1%, you better take that 1%. You're going to spend that on Mac Devils or Murder King. If you can, just tally up all the shit that you buy that you want. Tally it up, and then add up all the shit that you need. And then see how much your wants overshadow what your needs are. And a lot of it is parenting and leadership. And we don't want to lay the groundwork a lot of times because I get it. We like, fuck that nigga. I got to live my life too. I ain't got time to just be laying the groundwork for a young motherfucker. And I get it. But each one still has to teach one. That's the thing that I've always been saying all this time. That's why anytime I see a young native black person, I watch, I observe, I try to put them on. But once I see the thumbs of America, I leave them alone. I leave them alone. And then guess what happens? Years later, they like, damn, I should have listened to that nigga Warren. Because I'm way younger than that nigga. And I could have had $1,000 by now. I'd just been buying the stock now and doing my 401k. Instead of borrowing on it and tricking it off and buying clothes and rims and trying to floss and thinking that that's going to catch a bitch. You're right. It is going to catch you a bitch. I always give this analogy. To catch bees, you have to have honey. So when you take the honeycomb, the hive that they're building, the bees will kill you to preserve the honeycomb, the hive. They don't give a fuck about you. They care about the hive. That's like women and cars and clothes and shoes. Bitches care about clothes and shoes, right? And dick. So I'll tell you this. I don't give a fuck how much money you got, nigga. Remember, nigga, you think you the shit? This is what I'm gonna tell every nigga out there in the United States of America. Okay, nigga. You got the car, the clothes, and the shoes. Well then, nigga, let's put on this Lexington Steel right now and see how much the shit you are. We about to put on some Wesley Pipes as he goes balls deep in the bitch. And then we gonna see if you the shit. Cause that bitch get to looking at these niggas with these billy clubs, and then you gonna be like, but I got money though, yeah. But if a bitch don't love you the way you, nigga, she gonna go with motherfucking Lexington Steel. And nigga, in case y'all niggas don't know, go Google Lexington Steel. And Wesley Pipes. Them niggas be like, yeah, bitch, you want this dick, bitch? And these niggas got fucking billy clubs and shit. That's why I be laughing at niggas with all this money. I don't care how much money you got. Let Wesley Pipes come walking up in here. And we gonna see how much this bitch really love you. That's why when it comes to the thumbs of America, I just leave it alone, man. Now, I've told you, but after that, I just leave it alone. I'll have a conversation with you, but I leave it alone. You know why? Because in this day and age, young people gonna have to learn the hard way. I'm talking about native black people. Native black people that are young, they think that they got the same struggle as white people. And I be looking at their ass like, no, nigga, you don't. So you should have more of a sense of urgency. A lot of our young people, we don't have that. The young native, I see them. I've seen them on the corporate plantation. The majority of our young people, they try to buy clothes and rims. And fuck hoes. I'm not saying you ain't supposed to fuck your hoes, but you ask them about reading books, they ain't read their book. They ain't planning on reading no book. They don't want to invest in themselves at all. They just gonna want to work. You know what they want to do? Bounce around and work a job for 50 years. And then when reality checks in is when you tell them, nigga, you know you have to work till you're 68, right? How old are you now? Oh, I'm 22, 23. Oh, you're 23? We'll just add 50 more years to that. Because that's how long you're going to have to work, homie. Unless you go get a city job or a county job where you can retire in 20 years. If the supply and demand isn't twice as much as whatever they paying you. Because a lot of people can retire. And they can make their $2 or $3 grand a month. Nigga, but if rent is $2,000 a month, then you really can't retire. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening and subscribing. I appreciate all the bullshit. Sorry about the beginning. You probably couldn't really hear me. I don't know if I pressed something or I forgot to turn the motherfucking volume up. Because normally I'd be having it down. But I appreciate everybody listening and subscribing, man. Each one has to teach one. As motherfuckers is watching this Michael Jordan shit, remember, Michael Jordan is not an activist. Michael Jordan was not socialized to speak up for black people. Michael Jordan was socialized to speak up for his family and himself. And let me tell you something, speaking up for black people don't get you nothing anyway. And if this world is based on currency, then I don't understand why we expect black billionaires to be black activists and black activists to be black billionaires. That's not how it works. Oh, we got Jay-Z. Yeah, Jay-Z, yeah, he's a black activist that is allowed to be. Jay-Z can't just come out and be like, racism and white supremacy is real. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing was very, very correct. No. Then Jay-Z won't have a whole bunch of money that he has. And the money that he has, in my personal opinion, he's allowed to have. And there's nothing wrong with that. Make your moves. Just don't base your moves off what somebody else is doing. Stop being in competition with motherfuckers. That's another problem, man. We love to be in competition with each other. Oh, he got the Jordans on, so I got to go get the Air Max 95. And I be looking at niggas like, you know we all broke, right? That's exactly, like, you know we're all broke. And the reason why I say that is because when you go in these wealthy neighborhoods, you don't see no niggas. You see white people, you see Mexicans cleaning up the houses and doing the goddamn lawns. Mexicans is not living in these wealthy neighborhoods. No, Mexicans is living in regular neighborhoods, 2 and 3 bedrooms, and it's 1,000 cars in the driveway. Facts. Because a lot of times the Latino brothers and sisters, the Mexicans, they're just happy to be here. Because they know they didn't build this country, so they just happy to be here. And that's fine. My problem that I have with any other group is when they try to shit on black people is if we did not build this country. We are the reason why all these other racial groups are able to profit. As Dr. Anderson says, these people are not coming over here for the pursuit of happiness. They're coming over here for the pursuit of property. Every other racial group is here for unearned benefits. That's Dr. Clyde Anderson. You're like, why you say that? Because it's the truth. If you didn't build this, I can't go to Mexico and just get on their fucking system and get benefits and do whatever and laugh and talk shit about them. I'll get killed. But this is the only country I know where black people build it and all these other races come here and they're in the county lines getting food stamps and all this other shit, right? And then had a nerve to be laughing and talking shit about niggas. That's a fact. This is the only place I've lived where it's that way. And then they still frame the picture like niggas is the ones committing all the crimes and own the county. Nigga, go to the county line, go to the welfare office in Las Vegas, Nevada, and see how many motherfucking Latinos and every other race is there besides niggas. What if they just said, you know what? Now we're only gonna give social services to actual native black people and people who are descendants of the people who built this country. Guess what these Latinos are? They'll leave. They'll go back to their country. They'll be like, fuck, I don't want to be here no more. And I'll be like, y'all have a good trip now. And the reason why I say that is because at the end of the day, I got to have racial pride in us building the country. Fuck that. No diss to no other racial group, but you need to know that as well. Y'all didn't build this country. Y'all come over here for unearned benefits. So when I hear a story like this white lady on TV who went to jail because they was committing mortgage fraud and shit, the Italian lady, and then she want to play damsel in distress. Like, see, motherfuckers be talking this, because that's the Italians until a motherfucker go to jail. Then it's this, hey. Now you want to click on that white privilege. You want to pull out that white privilege card. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just signing the shit. This is what the bitch said. Then they all mad and showing this shit on TV like, they're going to deport him and all this. Nigga, exit stage left, nigga. Get your bitch ass the fuck up out of here. I don't give a fuck. I don't care where you from. Take your ass back to Italy. I'm tired of hearing these stories about how my parents came here with nothing and built something. Nigga, because they were allowed and they built that off the backs of black free labor. So I don't want to hear that shit. So when motherfuckers try to tell me that shit, I stop them right away. When a motherfucker tell me that now, because my parents, I'm like, well, yeah, they were allowed to come here because of free black labor. What do you mean free black labor? And then I go get black labor, white wealth. Or I go get powernomics. That's what I go get. And I let them know, hey, hold on. Because if you don't check people, they'll just go on with that narrative that niggas didn't do shit. But be lazy and sell dope and rob and fuck. That's what we did. We didn't add to this civilization. We didn't do nothing. Fuck out of here. Just like Italians want to have Italian pride. Good, I'm glad you have Italian pride. Good for you, but you didn't build this country. Sorry. Jews didn't build this country. White people didn't build this country. Black people did. That's why when I look at Caucasians, dominant society people in their positions of power at these corporate plantations, you're supposed to. This is the system that you robbed, raped, pillaged. Then you took away their culture, their names, everything, their education, gave them what you wanted us to have. And now you're the overseer of what the fuck we got going on. So you should be in a position of power. I don't praise motherfuckers. That's why as I'm reading these books, these are history books. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It ain't like I ain't got no books on no goddamn Bill Gates or Warren Buffett. Not like that. Nigga, they was allowed to be billionaires. Bill Gates' parents were eugenicists, like him. Like I told y'all before. Why the fuck am I finna be listening to a nigga that builds a hard drive that ain't got shit but viruses all over? And this motherfucker's a nigga talking about, well, we need to make sure we had a vaccine, nigga. Why don't you use that vaccine and put it on goddamn Microsoft Windows 2000, nigga? Since you got the vaccination, all these goddamn viruses. That's why niggas don't even like buying PCs. You buy a PC, gotta buy Norton, the Norton antivirus thing. You know what I'm saying? Man, get the fuck out of here. Man, Bill Gates built hard drives, nigga. And they talking about you can't have a monopoly in the United States of America. How the fuck you can't have a monopoly, but you can't count on a goddamn computer without Windows? You can't even use a computer without Windows. But they talking about you can't have a monopoly. And then the same nigga that built the monopoly with the computers is the same nigga that's talking about, well, we need to do a vaccination thing. And nigga, what? And ain't nobody said, but you build computers. Why are we even talking to you? Man, smarten up, wake up, figure out what the fuck you need to do. Keep your head up, as Tupac would say. Each one has to teach one. You can't save every young person, but I'm gonna tell you my advice. Once I tell a young person, I move the fuck on. I don't tell them no more. Fuck them. When they're native black and they don't want to listen, fuck them, man. Niggas is already, they don't want to listen. So do what you do. I'm good. I lived a great life as far as being a youngster, and because I had mentors. I had people that I sought mentorship in. And when they talked, I shut the fuck up and I listened. That's how I was able to maneuver and do things and buy property and do the things that I need to do, because, nigga, my family wasn't teaching me that shit because they didn't know. They didn't know how to teach. So you got to go get the knowledge from somewhere. So I had to get the knowledge from OGs and niggas that knew how to do this shit and put themselves in a position where they can handle business. So when you dealing with youngsters that ain't nothing but thumbs of America, I mean, just thumbs of America, that's it. Just leave them alone. I'm telling you, I've dealt with that so much at the corporate plantation within the last 6 years. Just, they come in, they don't want to listen. I just, do you, man. But you can't say I didn't tell you. Because niggas told me, so you can't say I didn't tell you. I'm not a hoarder of knowledge. But I'm not going to sit up here and spoon feed it to you, because you don't want nobody to spoon feed you no pussy. That's a fact. Nigga want you to spoon feed it to them when it's shit that they don't want to learn about. But I bet you if there's a nice pussy hole right here, and I say, now look, you fuck the bitch, when she riding the dick, you make sure you cuff the ass and shit, okay? Now your turn. And they gonna be like, nah, man, I don't need you to show me that. That's a fact. And nigga gonna be like, hey, nigga, I don't need you to show me that. Nah, man, here, let me show you. So when she riding you, and then you got literally the bitches on your dick and riding your shit, and you grabbing her ass and you kissing her and shit, now you want to kiss her and shit, and the bitch is making noises and shit and sighing and shit. Now, and then you get the bitch off of you, and then now you go sit on his dick. Nigga gonna be like, nah, man, I don't want that shit. Nigga, I don't need you here for that. So watch out. That's what a nigga gonna tell you. That's a fact. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. I'm going to try to either hit y'all up tomorrow or Tuesday. Tomorrow, I might do it back-to-back tomorrow, though. Probably around this time tomorrow. Hey, man, this is No I Don't Know TV series. Shout out to everybody listening. Shout out to Nuke. Shout out to Nuke as well. Nuke has been back and forth, man. I got to reach out to her and make sure everything is Gucci. But shout out to everybody that's listening and subscribing. Send it to somebody that's on the same page. Hey, If they not on the same page, don't send this shit to them. This is a No I Don't Know TV series podcast. I'm your boy Warren G. Been clowning sucker free since 2003. Nigga, if you're out trying to go fuck a bitch and you know your bitch got GPS on your phone and she show up at that bitch's house, what you need to do is just tell her you might as well put your pants down too and just let me fuck both of y'all. Guilty, nigga. I'm out. Peace.
Shoot you.